Hello? Anyone there? You mean? What going fam? It is I, SourBawss, yes. Again, back from the dead, I guess. Who knows? I never left. I just took a break. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I just had IRL stuff to do and such. This was always at the bottom of my list because, yeah, it's a hobby. And I ain't gonna apologise. But here I am with a Wi-Fi battle. OU, as you do. Smoke on Wi-Fi battle final against JohnOrigins, aka another irrelevant. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, this was a pretty decent game actually. So I was actually supposed to upload some PO live. When I say PO live, I mean Showdown with Tony, but the audio screwed up and yeah, some complications. So that may or may not be up in the near future. So yeah, but anyway, using the same team, Suiko Tony, yeah. I'm still using the same team that we made with the Sigalith. And the JohnOrigins does have a pretty standard sand team. It looks pretty solid. I mean, it does have 2 water resist, so that's always nice to see. So I'm thinking he probably is going to lead off with the Tyranitar because that's most likely his Stealth Rocker. I mean, Terrakion could be the Stealth Rocker, but that'll be a bit of a waste if you got Tyranitar, and yeah. And really, I just want to get that Tyranitar out of the picture as soon as possible so that I can start spinning hazards away with my own Starmie, since he does have his Scummer of his own. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. So I'm just going to leave my Toad, as that is really the universal lead, because that can pretty much handle the entirety of his team. I mean, if Latios was to switch in, I could Ice Punch. Starmie can't do shit to me. Sizzle's not going to appreciate a burn if I do burn it. Terrakion, LOL. Skarmory, LOL, Tyranitar, LOL. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the show. So yeah, I'm just going to leave a base. Don't fuck up the base. Toad. And he's going to leave Tyranitar, gets over sand, that's fine. I'm just going to go right for an Earthquake because again, I don't want this thing around at all because it's annoying to my Starmie. So just going to go for Earthquake. Does reasonable amount of damage. Wow, I'm rusty. As he gets his own Stealth Rocks. And yeah, he's probably going to switch out. I figured he was going to switch out into his Skarmory just to get up his spikes as soon as possible so that he will force me to spin. So that's why I do go for the Stealth Rocks on my own. And now I'm just going to go to my Skarmory, Special Defensive Skarmory, again, doing work. As he does go for the Draco Meteor with his Latios. And that does a hell of a lot, and that's a crit, so that's a thing. And now that's just annoying since I'm at a low amount of HP now, so I'm forced to roost. Since I did want to like maybe get up a spike, just a little one. As he's going to switch out into his Starmie. Now here, I think he's just the standard, 3 attacks, Life Orb, Rapid Spin, so offensive Starmie. So I did think I was going to figure I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I was thinking of going to Amoonguss just to sponge that, but he could predict that and go for the Ice Beam, and I'd rather not take a Life Orb Ice Beam. So I figured the most optimal play is to go into a Toad as he does go for the Surf. Now, me not seeing his item, that's going to become key later on, so yeah. Again, I'm thinking he might go into his Skarmory, so I'm just going to go for a Scald on the Latios. I don't get the burn, which is unfortunate, and I'm thinking, okay, I could switch back into my Skarmory, but I did do that last time, and even though I'm special defensive, I'd rather not take an HP Fire. So I'm thinking, okay, Toad, you're bulky, you're special defensive, you're going to have to take one for the team. As I know I could take one, as I'm going to get up an Ice Punch, so I get up a heavy hit. So nice big damage on that thing, as I'm going to switch out into my Skarmory this turn. Because it is at -2, I'm special defensive, as I've already stated. And now, I'm thinking that I'm just going to get a Roost, seeing as he may or may not want to switch out into like something like Skarmory, I don't know. I guess he predicted my Roost. And he wants to save his Latios for Death Fodder, which is not a bad play at all. So he brings in Terrakion. I'm not sure what kind of variant this is. It could be the sub SD. So if he does go for a sub, then that may be problematic. If he uses Choice Banding, that's going to do too much damage. So I'm going to switch out into my physically defensive Amoonguss. Take that relatively well. So I'm thinking it's probably Scarf variant. So yeah, that's the thing. As I'm just going to go right for a Giga Drain, as he does fodder off the Latios this turn. And now here, he's going to bring the Starmie. I was thinking, what the hell are you doing? Okay, seeing as at that range of HP, I'm more likely to live a Life Orb Psyshock, so I have a better chance. But because I didn't see the item he held because of Water Absorb with the Toad, it turns out he's actually Specs. So yeah, that took me off guard, and he's definitely not. I did calc a few things, And he's definitely not expert belt, because expert belt, no, I would have still had more of a chance to survive. But I'm thinking specs. I'm going to take a chance and just go into my Skullmori, get up a little spike. He does switch out, so that does tell me that he is specs, so otherwise he would have just taken me out with the Thunderbolt. So yeah. I'm just going to go into the Sato, predicting him to, or figuring that he may have the Fire Blast, seeing as he switched into the Tyranitar. But he actually predicts my switch quite nicely. He goes for the Crunch, which is a good play on this part, not bad. No more. As I'm just going to go for a Scald, get the burn, thankfully, luckily, either way, so that he can't threaten out my Starmie anymore, as it is at the run at HP where with my investments of 36 special attack, yeah, because that definitely makes a difference. With Life of 100 Pump, we'll definitely take out the Tyranitar at that range. So yeah, just go kill off the Earthquake, not really fearing the Skullmori switch in, so yeah. And here, I'm just going to leave the Toad in as Death Fodder, or Pseudo Fodder, shall I say. If he does want to go for Rapid Spin, I could just take that out of Starmie, but he doesn't, he goes right for the Ice Beam, which is fine. I'm absolutely sure now that this thing's specs, so I'm just going to go to my own Starmie. If he does want to switch, that's fine. Stealth Rock and Spike with Sandstorm will KO it if it does decide to switch in again. And if he does want to switch into something like maybe, I don't know, since you can't really switch into anything at this moment of time, seeing as, yeah, it's a Starmie. What can you really switch it into apart from Bomb Snow? Hey. So he's just going to keep going for the Ice Beams. I'm just going to keep going for the Recovers, seeing as that's the most auto play. I am begging the crit because, you know, it is stall. That's the one thing about stall though. Seeing as you are begging the crit sometimes if you keep on recover stalling. But hey, that's the aim of the game. And so in comes the Sizzle. I thought this was somewhat of a catch-22 position, seeing as if I did switch out, he may pursue. If I do stay in, I can get up a heavy hit, but I will die to the U-turn, which I'm guessing is Choice Bandit at this moment of time. So what I thought is because of Stealth Run Spikes, that's about 12.5%, 12.5% again. Plus the Life Orb Hydro Pump would do around 60 to 70%, so if he does U-turn, he can't switch back in basically. So I thought I'd have a heavy hit, and I say miss.
What to say? That you only meant well.
Well, that's not a myth at all. God damn. In hindsight, I probably should have just switched out, to be honest, and gone to Skullmori, but hey, yeah, hindsight 2020, blah blah blah. So yeah, he U-turns, kills me off. I go into my own Skullmori as he switches. Well, he goes into his Skullmori, I go into my own Skullmori. I'm just gonna go for a taunt because yeah, I can do that. Because I do run some speed investments, and now because this, yeah, I'm just gonna continue to set a place where he goes for a close combat or a Stone Edge. Because he isn't Choice Bandit, I can take those and just keep Royal Wind him out. And surprisingly, I always get a Skullmori, which is excellent. So I can just roost on the Skullmori as he switches out again. So this is a rinse repeat situation. So I'm just basically whistling this thing down because that's the only thing I can do. I do want to try and get in my Sigilyph sometime, so that I can just burn it and just get some residual damage, seeing as the Skullmori does have leftovers, and I do run Shed Shell, which is so that I'm not trapped by Skullmori or Gothitelle to a lesser extent, but you don't really see Gothitelle as much. I mean, yeah, I use this, but who am I? Anyway, yeah. Eventually, it gets to a point where the opposing Skullmori does Whirlwind me out into the Beast. Okay, that's enough. Overly gassed. Jeez. Anyway, I'm just going for a Psycho Shift, as you do. Gonna get some residual damage on that Skullmori, and just to get, yeah, so Brave Bird isn't doing shit anymore. And I'm free to just keep going for the Psycho Shifts, because basically, what can this thing do to me, honestly? Seeing as it's probably the standard set. Spikes, Roost, Brave Bird, Whirlwind. I've got a Dragonite, I've got Sigilyph, I've got Skullmori. None of them are affected by spikes. And so, yeah, I'm just going to wait for him to Whirlwind me out, or for him to get impatient and switch, which is what he does. He switched into Terrakion. I'm going to go for another Psycho Shift, as I did pre-state. That thing's burned, that thing's no longer a threat, and that's pretty much the game right there, because now I could just pretty much sweep with Sigilyph if I really wanted to, as he is going to go for a HP Ice on the switch. So he was not even Scarfed, he was actually the, I believe, Expert Belt, seeing as he wasn't carrying Ice Gem, probably for Gliscor, which is not a bad set. I mean, I wouldn't really run it, but hey, each their own, I guess. So he's just gonna go for another close combat. I go for another layer of spike, just a little spike, just a little one. As yeah, I'm just gonna go for Roost, as the burn will kill him off this turn, as he does switch into his sizzle, but it's pretty much over as he does decide to run, which was yeah, I don't blame him. So yeah, that was a pretty easy game. JohnOrigins, his link will be down below. He does post. So yeah, man, that was fast paced. Like or subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the other side. For those who are still here, oh my lord.